everyone, Rosabel's here, and this is an overview for what to expect on Arknights' next side story when Elegies are ashes. As a disclaimer, this is the info I got from the CN server and is subject to change. Starting with some quick info, you need to clear at least episode 110 to access the event. The event will run for 2 weeks with the story stages on the first week and the EX stages on the second week. Let's start with the exciting bit. There will be a total of 3 new operators in this event. Firstly, our new 5-star welfare operator, Brigid. She's our newest loop shooter sniper who uses boomerang type projectiles which has to come back to her before she can attack again. You know, like boomerangs. Her talent gives her physical dodge after dealing damage 20 times. Her first skill is an offensive recovery auto skill where her attack deals up to 130% of her attack as physical damage and can bounce to up to 3 enemies. Her second skill is another offensive recovery skill that increases her attack, and her boomerang sticks to the target upon hitting them, inflicting slow and striking them 4 more times. The other 2 operators will be available in the Return from a Pyre banner. The 5-star unit is Arknight. She's our newest Trap Master specialist who can lay traps on the battlefield that have a variety of effects. Her talent is a basic stipulation of her trap and how many she starts with upon deployment, as well as a special little feature that she can manually detonate her traps after some time, which is pretty interesting. None of our other Trap Masters have this feature. The closest one we have is Ella, whose traps auto-activate when she's retreated, so that's pretty cool. For both her skills, they just changed the effect of the trap since they can be detonated manually, so for both, activating her skill will just give her an extra trap. Her first skill lets her traps deal up to 250% attack as physical damage to the enemies nearby when detonated, and she can stun them for up to 3 seconds. Her second skill expands the range of the traps, and when detonated, it will detonate all the ready traps in the field, dealing up to 250% attack as physical damage twice to all the enemies within range, and their defenses decrease by 25% without stacking for 5 seconds. The 6th star of the banner is Eblana, aka Necras. Just so you know, I'm gonna stick to calling her by her government name because I'm not a fan of her code name. I mean, I get it. Necro as in dead, grass because of the burning grass back then in the Reed Altar event, and it also has something to do with something that is lore spoilers, but seriously? Necras? Anyway, Eblana is our first 6-star Shaper caster who can create summons after defeating an enemy and can attack enemies blocked by these summons. Her first talent stipulates the conditions of her summon, the Servants of Lament, translation pending, and she can summon up to 3 at Elite 2. They look like those annoying enemies from the last Reed event. Hate them. At least they're siding with us now. She will prioritize summoning the servants on the tile where the enemy died, or a random tile if the tile cannot be deployed on. If more than 3 were to be summoned, then the existing ones will be upgraded instead. Going into more detail about this, the summons have these base stats upon appearing on the field. Upgrading them with Eblana's first talent will give them increased HP attack and defense and will also give them additional block count. When upgraded, they will restore their HP to full at the same time. The servants will be upgraded in the order from earliest summoned to latest summoned. If all of them are fully upgraded, then upgrading will just fully heal a servant, prioritizing the servant with the lowest health first and earliest summoned second. Her second talent increases Eblana and her summon's attack by up to 145% when the enemy unit's HP is below 50%, 60% at pot 4, which helps her kill things more efficiently for her summons and their upgrades. Her first skill gives the servants a passive effect where they explode in a 1.5 radius whenever they are summoned or upgraded, dealing up to 450% of their attack as arts damage. Activating the skill will refresh all the servants on the field, and if there are none, will summon one instead. Her second skill puts up to 2 enemies in her attack range to sleep, dealing up to 160% of her attack as arts damage to the target every half second for 12 seconds. If the target is defeated during this time, 2 servants are summoned. Note that the skill's effects can be cancelled if Eblana is stunned, frozen, or silenced, or if the sleeping target is levitated. Her third skill gives her a passive that can change up to 1 servant to a special servant, which can only be upgraded by activating this skill and can be upgraded up to 6 times. Activating the skill will make her deal up to 800% of her attack as arts damage to all enemies in her range, and consumes one normal servant to upgrade the special servant and restores 20% of its max HP. This recovery is doubled if the servant is upgraded. The skill repeats a total of 3 times with masteries. Notes on the special servant: the servant is summoned with plus 200% attack and HP and plus 100% defense and res with 1 block and access to its skill. The special servant's skill deals 120% of its attack as arts damage to all enemies within its attack range per second. Each upgrade will grant it plus 80% HP and attack and plus 40% defense. On the 3rd and 6th upgrade, it will also get additional block and skill range. Finally, the servants are consumed in order of earliest summon to latest summon. She's like a mixture of Dusk and Ling, which will make for some interesting gameplay. These units will be receiving plus 50% trust during the event itself. Moving on to stage mechanics, I should start this by saying that we will be using the fan-translated version of the names, and these names can be changed once the official English version is out. This event will feature a new terrain called Grassland. We're gonna touch grass, guys. Don't be fooled though, it's a hostile terrain, and operators placed on it will take continuous arts damage. Bushes can also grow on adjacent grasslands. Bushes are considered hostile static devices that cannot be attacked, but it will block the vision of allied units. It has 0 block though, and enemies can pass through. It's more of a nuance than a roadblock. Every 15 seconds, a new bush will grow in the grassland on the surrounding 4 tiles unless there's an operator on it. Shield and Wall is another hostile static device that sort of acts like bushes where it blocks the vision of allies, but it can be attacked by units if needed. It can also grow bushes in the surrounding 4 tiles. A lot of stuff that hinders us. Luckily, we have one friendly static device called a shell. When you deploy a unit on the shell, another one on the battlefield becomes a copy of your unit facing the opposite direction. Their attacks also deal 40% as burn damage. HG really wants us to burn the grass instead of touching it, huh? Completing all the stages and challenge modes will reward a total of 28 OP. The farmable items in this event are grindstones, semi-synthetic solvents, and fuscus fibers. Completing each stage will reward you with damaged Originium Lanterns, translation pending, which is the event currency and can be used to purchase items in the event shop. Notable items in the shop include Bridget potentials, the casual vacation skin for Warfarin from the old CC, furniture, as well as the usual resource materials and infinite Loxic calls. The economy is drowning. Send help. For the new players, this is your friendly reminder to prioritize buying the furniture and the Bridget potentials because this will give you purple and yellow certs in the rerun of this event next year. For other game updates, there will be a change in the standard and kernel banners. One of the highlighted 6 stars is guaranteed to be pulled after 150 pulls and the other 6 stars guaranteed after 300, which I guess is fine if you're really unlucky and you really want those operators. Next, as of this update, the Dublin faction will be renamed into the Tara faction and the archive network will be updated accordingly. Operator records and our paradox simulations will be added for Bridget, Fartooth, and Justice Knight. Operator modules will be added for Alchemist Specialists. This will give them a new trait that while an alchemical unit is on the field, SP regeneration is increased by 0.1 per second. Leveling up the module will also improve the existing talents of the operators. For Thorns the Lodestar, for instance, at level 3, it further increases his attack and increases the duration of the alchemical unit by an extra second. As for other modules, Gnosis will be getting his Y module, which will give him a new trait that will increase his SP recovery by 0.25 per second whenever there is an elite or leader enemy in his attack range. At level 3, it will grant status resist and additional attack to all Karlan trade operators after Gnosis has been deployed for 10 seconds. Pojumka will be getting her X module, which will grant her a shorter redeployment time. At level 3, it will improve the defense shred of her typewriter and extend the boosted effect of this if the typewriter is within the 8 tiles around Pojumka, compared to our original talent which only affects the 4 adjacent tiles. Saylok will be getting her Y module, which will give her additional camouflage when her skill is active. At level 3, it will improve her second talent where the next operator after her deployment will cost 2 DP less, but in addition, if that operator is a melee unit, you will gain 2 additional DP after their deployment. And finally, Vigil will be getting his Y module, which will improve his trait such that enemies blocked by his wolves will have a taunt effect on Vigil, making him focus on them more, and it will also increase his attack when attacking enemies blocked by his wolves. At level 3, it will increase Vigil and his wolves' defense ignore and give them the ability to steal 20 defense up to a cap of 100 from enemies blocked by wolves. Vigil viable now, maybe? As for shop updates, if you missed it in the U event or in the original CC, Axe Healing Hand Evil Heart skin and Gitana's Unknown Journey skin will be available for purchase in the yellow search shop or in the blue search shop. For the skin shop, there will be 4 new skins available for purchase. This includes a skin for Valarkvin, Durnar, Nymph, and Sesa. For those with spendable money, there will be 2 packs for purchase. This includes the Caster Chip Pack if you haven't stocked up, and the Trading Pack to upgrade 2 4-stars, a 5-star, and a 6-star. And that's it for this update. I'll be streaming the event open provided nothing happens considering we have typhoons coming in again. And I'll be pulling for Eblana. Hopefully she comes early. Hopefully. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!